Hey, sorry everybody. I'm sitting here talking to Vanessa and Jeff, and I just saw Graham's comment the sound was awful. So if the sound was awful, it's my fault. I was super excited. I was telling Jeff, you guys, some of you guys will know my friend Jeff in a second. I was telling him that I had been doing push-ups. Today's day 99 out of 100. Can I tell you how ready I am to be done with these push-ups, right? So I've been doing these push-ups since the summer, right? So, and I started working out like 4 or 5 weeks ago at the gym. So I don't know if this is going to show. So I go in there, buddy of mine's a trainer, right? And this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I had it up on my screen and I was like, oh, somebody's messaging. So I go in there thinking, I wonder, what can I do? I mean, I've been pushing my fat body up every day hundreds of times for a couple months, right? So all right, so this is I'm showing Jeff now for the first time. I didn't realize my screen was showing, so I'll just show it here too. See if this works, Jeff. I'm gonna turn the sound off on the video because it's got like music in the background and all that. Yeah, 315, Austin. I end up getting it. Well, you'll see. Let's see. I end up getting it. I don't know if it's showing on the video. Can you guys tell or no? I can't tell, Jeff, if it's showing.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, yeah. So not too bad for not working out, man. That's push-ups. That's bench pressing by push-ups. You can tell I was super excited, and has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But Jeff, no, these are real weights, Jason. I wish they were fake ones. CrossFit, man, with the fake weights. First time I was at CrossFit, I had these weights that you look like 45 pounds, but they're like 5 pounds. And anyway, all right, enough of that. But I was super excited. It's probably been 25 years since I did anything near that. Here, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been up to and working on. This is a slide I was supposed to have up that I missed out on, so I apologize. And we're going to just get this thing rocking right now. Let's see. All right, so I've been working for a while with my friend Jeff Smith. We met in 2011, and we became friends for a number of reasons, but one of which is we live nearby each other, and we were able to periodically meet up and work on projects and stuff together. And Jeff's the kind of guy that he just does stuff. He just makes stuff happen by sheer force of will. So Jeff, are you there in the background?
I am.
Awesome. So I want to say thanks for being here. And you guys, this isn't like a JV webinar or anything like that. This is like a collaboration Jeff and I have been working on. And really, this is Jeff's baby that I got involved in late, but it's super cool. And I think you're going to understand right away. To the best of my knowledge, Jeff, and you help me here, have anybody seen this before? This should be brand new to everybody, right?
Oh, this is absolutely brand new. And it's incredible. I can't wait for us to show it to everybody.
Yeah, Jason Pringle, so true. Let's see. I love it. Okay. Yeah, Walt Wise, who's like my favorite. Walt goes, Brian, I think I saw this last week. You guys, so this is going to be like different. Very different. So, and we're going to be pretty good with your time, but I got a lot of case studies, but I re-architected them to be very short and to the point. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. All right. So everything I've been doing and everything Jeff's been doing, so we're very similar. I actually look to Jeff as a mentor and for advice in a lot of areas in my business. He's, all right, with all respect, slightly older than me, 15 years or so, right? And
Yep.
a lot of the things I've been going through, Jeff's been through. A lot of the, just different stages of life, right? I have kids that are 10 to 18. Jeff's children are a little bit older, early 30s, right, Jeff?
Yes.
And I've met Jeff's son-in-law, but I have not met and I've obviously met his wife, but I've never met his daughters. But it's a cool relationship because Jeff's got this amazing big company background spanning continental U.S. out to Hawaii, and the big companies, tech companies, telecom, and then some smaller companies. And his background at Georgia Tech, it's just a really good guy for me to work with, and I've gotten a lot of value out of working with him both recently and then over the long haul over many years. And then, obviously we help each other. But one of the things we've been spending time on. All right. Thank you, Kendra. I was just about to check it. Yeah, Dustin, this is going to be all about MySpace. No, I couldn't even get my MySpace page to load. I tried to find it the other day. All right. So one of the things we were working on is done for you systems. Because when I talked to Jeff about re-architecting my life, and I talked to Jeff about the life I want to live 5 years from now is going to be very different than the life I live today. Let me give you an example. Right now, I work fairly hard. I'm at work every day by 7:20 at the latest. I drop my daughter off at 7:10. I'm here at 7:15 or 7:20, and I usually stay at the office till 5 or 5:30, and then I do work at night. When I talk to Jeff, he's at a stage where he's building his business with how should I word it, Jeff? I don't want to, not a lazy way, but so that you can live life while you work, right?
I'm semi-retired.
There you go. Thank you very much. Semi-retired. So I don't think I ever want to be retired, but I think I want to be semi-retired, and I probably will be, right, at some level. So, hey, Steve Johnson. No, I don't think MySpace exists in the way that we know it, David. I think a bunch of music. Did a bunch of music people buy it? I thought so. All right. So I want to look, I'm 48. I've been building models out for when do I exit this stage of my business life? When do I exit this stage? And I came to this thing, and it's so funny because I was talking about this with Jack Hoppman earlier today and with some of the members on some instant reply videos. One of the things I realized is I needed more seamless back end done for you because I know that I'm going to be in some level of business, right? I know I'm going to be doing something, but I know that I don't want to be in the minutia. I'm positive of that. If there's a lot of things I know for sure and some things I don't know, but one of the things for sure I know is I don't want to be in the minutia, right? All right. So, let's do it. I'm gonna go quick with this kind of stuff, but it helps me. I invited my whole list instead of part of my list today. So it's some of the people I know well, like, hey, Breon, my friend Breon, who I just had a good time hanging out with in West Palm Beach, or Palm Beach, actually. So let's get into it. What do you guys do right now? Just type in, what are you primarily selling, right? Are you an e-com guy, a local guy? 90% of you are probably in local. Are you splitting time between a day job and an entrepreneurial thing? Are you driving Uber? What's your gig right now, right? Let's just use that. Video marketing, Neil said. My friend Bud, hey Bud, completely off the record. Tomorrow morning, let me know if that works for you. And let's see, Ty, who I hung out with Breon down in West Palm, said local. Lead gen, Steve up in Minnesota. Joseph, also who's in West Palm, said local. Real estate in local. I like it. Local, video, local. I'm split. Scott, who is also in West Palm, split between a lucrative technology career and building his own agency. Local. They're flipping like crazy. Facebook ads and a day job. I'm just making money, Thomas said. I'm a magician. Actually, Darren, that's the best answer all day. I love it. Okay, so Walt's full time on replenishing his scotch supply. Now that is funny. So let's see. Had some background noise. David, I muted you just to see if that fixes the noise. No big deal. All right, so we all know this, right? We know that for those of us doing internet marketing stuff, by far the biggest answer, and I suspected it was going to be local. I don't really sell anything in the e-com space. About the only e-com I ever do is, besides my buying stuff, is I've been getting some strategy and help from Jeff in some different areas online. He does really well in the e-com area. So, all right. Now, if you think about why you started, and you can type it in if you want, but I'm just gonna skip past it. If you think about why you started, man, for me, it was all about time and freedom. I mean, what does that really mean? It wasn't even about money. I mean, I made decent money at my job, but I hated my life. I felt like if I was gone more than 1 hour, I was getting looked at funny when I came back from lunch. If you ever had a day job and you cruise out to lunch and you're gone an hour and 20 and you feel like you have the guy watching you or the receptionist or whoever. But I also wanted more time with my family and, just I, I wanted to really make this really interesting. No, yeah, there's no JVs on the call. Somebody say, is this David Spring? No, this is me, Brian Anderson. This is Jeff Smith, a good friend of mine, and we're just talking through this stuff right now. So there's nothing like that, you guys. So this is on my list, and that's why I put the slide up. Anybody know where this is? This is totally on my list. Jeff, you know where this is.
Yes, I do. I wish I was there right now.
Fiji, Bali, Bora Bora. I love it, right? The Maldives. It could be any one of those places. Um, yeah, it's not Sandals. This is I don't remember the name of this resort, but no, this is I'd love to spend a couple weeks, in a place like this and just uncharge, right? But for me, this is on my bucket list, right? We all have bucket lists. Um, but more important, as I've been mapping out all this stuff and mapping out what works for me, it was all about that comfortable retirement, whatever that means. Now, I'm going to throw these up. I'm not going to build them out. Your biggest challenge, pick one, or if all of these apply to you, type in 100 because it's a lot easier. You can type in the number or type in 100 if you feel like they're all. If you're not sure what to sell, I had a great question from John Wolf this morning in Facebook, in one of the Facebook groups. It was a really good question. I made a video about. We chatted about it. If you're not sure how to deliver it, maybe you don't like selling. Maybe you've got no list. You're not technical. You don't like to get bogged down. You're not good at copy. You don't know what to do. This one cracked me up. For everybody that was in West Palm at the meeting, um, I, I just think I'm too old. Somebody said that. And then one of the young guys goes, I feel like I'm too young. You can't win. You're too old. You're too young. You don't have enough time. You're not smart enough. You're not this. You're not that. You're chasing too many shiny objects, whatever it may be, right? Got a lot of 100s. Not good at copy. Yass said. Darth said, I don't know how to collect money, or I don't like to, and not good at copy. Jocelyn said, not enough time. Walt said, I'm not sure what to offer that will sell. I like that one. A lot of Woodley and Miro and a few others, right? All right. A lot of you guys are saying 100. So the reality is, all of these at some level affect me, have affected me, and affect some of you. So Jeff and I sat down, I don't know, months ago, and we started saying, what's the biggest problems? And funny enough, we could get them all to the letter C. Complexity was an issue. I think we can all agree on complexity. Competition. I never really let this bother me, but a lot of people do. And it has changed in time, and the competition continues to rise. And cash flow. Cash flow is so big. Usually it's not just cash flow, it's lack of cash flow, right? All right. So started thinking about these problems. And then I added one more to it after we had met. Actually, he had gone back to his office at the lake, beautiful home on the lake. And I said, Jeff, one of the biggest ones is that so many people that I speak to are in a state of uncertainty. And really, one of the things that holds them back is that lack of certainty. If you've ever said, hey, I would feel a lot more comfortable about selling this or doing that if I was just certain that it was going to work. If you've ever said something like that, just throw in a yes or something, or a hell yeah, or that's me, or let me know. Because for me, when I talk to people, and I've talked to a couple hundred people over the last few months in the mornings, 4 days a week, I was doing these coaching calls with hundreds of people. And you know what came out of it? This one was so big. People were hung up. Ed Sanchez. Hey, Ed, good to see you. Ed said, Brian, this is me. Hell yeah. Of course, right? All of us. Duh. I like duh, Donald. Right? And it goes to a credibility issue because you want the credibility, you want the certainty, yet we're dealing with possibly the most uncertain beast out there, which is the internet. It changes all the time. And these items, whether it's the first three, right, or that lack of certainty, seems to be the point that stops what we're doing. And that goes universal. Like I just spoke to, and the guys from West Palm will know, a PhD graduate business professor from the University of California, Los Angeles, Dave. And I met with him. He was a fabulous guy at our event. And you know what's holding him up? Here's a guy with PhD level, or let's call it a postgraduate level instruction, probably one of the smarter guys out there in the United States, right? That's teaching these kind of uber high level business strategy classes. What's holding him up was certainty. I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. This plagues everybody. So what Jeff and I need to give credit where it's due to Jeff. What Jeff and I want to talk about and show you is maybe how to unplug from one set of reality and maybe plug into something else. And I'm going to show you. Now, a lot of you know both me and Jeff, but not everybody. So I'm going to do the obligatory. I'm going to do it in 15 seconds or less. So I live in Atlanta or suburbs of Atlanta. I have a marketing agency. I'm a former software developer turned software marketing VP. I've got 4 kids. I've got a corporate background. I went to grad school in business. I've been doing internet marketing since well before Google, back in the days of AOL. And that's a little bit about me. Jeff, man, he's got a career like no others. He's a corporate exec, rose to the VP level. You were VP at a couple companies, but weren't you at Bell South or AT&T a VP as well?
Yes.
So when you look at this is what gets me. I go up and hang out with Jeff in May this summer, and we go out on his boat, and we went surfing, as you can see, behind the boat, wakeboarding, kneeboarding, whatever you want to call it. And I realized, yeah, I'm doing pretty well at what I'm doing. I'm not complaining. But I have to admit, as I stare into my crystal ball and I have these planning discussions with my wife and I start being real with myself, part of where I want to go is where Jeff already is, which is, in my opinion, nice because we're friends and I can talk to him all the time. But I'm at my office. Jeff's at the lake out on his boat, and he's in this boat of the month club where he can take a different boat out every day. It's pretty epic. So this is our background. Jeff built, and I watched him from day one until he achieved success in his agency. I'm talking from idea. I vividly remember it, Jeff. We sat outside, Mario Brown, you and me sat outside at that Holiday Inn in Raleigh, North Carolina, right outside the conference area, and talked through it. And then you just went and did it, which is important. You just went out and made it happen. Made it happen.
Remember that.
Yeah, so let's see. All right. So what we want to do today is to be very real and genuine, is to show anybody that might be struggling with your agency. A very common question is, what should I sell? So we're going to show you how to overcome that issue. And it doesn't matter what the challenge was that you picked. You may have said 100, right? You may have picked 100, which was all of them, or you may have picked any one of these. I remember Walt said the first one, I'm not sure what to offer that will sell. So we want to solve that problem right now for you and show you what we're doing. But rather than tell you, we're gonna do a little more than tell. And the goal is for everybody to, I mean, I don't think we're all going to Bali anytime soon together, but the goal is more time, more freedom to live that life that we want, whether you're chasing the South Pacific and you're playing some what's that song, Jeff? Southern Cross. You're playing some Southern Cross and you're having a beer or a mixed drink and you're just enjoying yourself, or maybe it's about the long term, the retirement, all this. We're going to get ready. You can type a 1 in. Even if you don't type a 1 in, we're going anyway. So I'm going to be real. What do you offer? It's probably on the screen. If it's not, it's a variation of something on the screen more than likely. I put down a bunch of them. This isn't everything, but I put down some of the big buckets, right? When you think about it, this is some of the main services, not all, but some of the main services that all of us and all agencies offer. Now, I want to ask this. Jeff applied this litmus test to me. Brian, I want easy and I want to make money fast. Is that fair to say, Jeff?
Yes, it is. Which of those meets both of those tests?
Let me go back to the list for everybody. All right. Which of those is easy and makes money fast? It's interesting, right? You're like, some direct mail, that's interesting, Evelyn. I kind of agree with you on that. All of them, Joyce said, but in an automated fashion. Terry's like, Brian, I'm all about easy and fast. Lead generation, yep, lead gen. None of them, Jocelyn. I kind of agree with Jocelyn as well. I mean, all of these are doable. I don't think they're super complex, yet if I was being honest and I was talking to my mom, and my mom's in her 70s, and she's pretty savvy, reasonably savvy lady, and I'm like, Mom, this is so easy. You can do it, right? You can make money with this. I don't know if I might pick direct mail to the point a minute ago. But the reality is very few of them legitimately are easy. And what's missing, see if you can pick what's missing. I'm going to leave it up for 1 sec. Whoever gets what's missing first, Vanessa, shoot them $100 right now. Whoever gets what's missing, shoot them $100 via PayPal right now. Because this is important. I want to see how observant you are. What is missing and who gets it first? No clue, Larry said. I agree, Larry. Yep, Kevin V, we got you, man. Webinar, God's willing, yes. Voice drop, no. I mean, that's true, but nope. It's not what I'm looking for. LinkedIn, nope. Bots, yep. Bots are missing. Instant reply, yep. Looking for one key answer that's the cornerstone of any agency, any marketer, right? It's cornerstone. It's not reputation, I promise. I love it. I love it, man. My $100 could be safe. Come on. Somebody take the $100. Holy cow. I've gone through 100 of them at least already. Mark Smith. Mark, you're in Texas, aren't you? Are you in Dallas? I'm pretty sure Mark's in Texas. All right. I'm pretty sure he's in Texas. However,
he's actually in Chicago because I invited him.
Chicago. All right. He's Detroit, I think. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, Detroit.
All right. Mark said it first. A few of you picked up on it right after him. What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for was email, right? Email marketing. Now, let me dial that in a little more. So, Vanessa, get Mark's info. Shoot him $100. Mark, have dinner on me or have dinner and drinks, whatever. Jeff and I would love for you to enjoy that. We appreciate you being engaged. Now, more than just email, what about highly targeted email marketing? So some of you guys from the live event will know what I'm talking about. So I am selling to HVAC companies, and my offer is I'm going to help you get more clients, and I'm going to do it in this area, and I'm going to drive more Spanish-speaking business. That would be a targeted offer, right? Awesome. Let's see. Now, what about highly targeted opt-in email? All right. Now we're talking about people who raised their hand and opted in, right? That's easy enough. Now, what about the next level as I dial it in? This is another. What about highly targeted, done for you, DFY, keyword, opt-in email for B2C and B2B? Everybody knows B2C, right? And B2B? Yeah, B2C, business to consumer. B2B, business to business. Easy. All right. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to be 100% honest. About no webinar do I ever go on is talking about targeted emails for consumers. How many of you guys are on webinars, whether from any of us or any of the other local guys or other offers, where they're really talking about consumers? It's not that many. I'm sure there's somebody. I never say never, right? But in general, you don't often hear that. Why? Never, never, nope, nope. Sometimes in e-com, I think you do, Gord said. Yep. Never, right? Never, never. All right. So, yeah, I mean, you'll see it sometimes. I know Hotman's talked about it a couple times and others. However, I'm going to tell you this. Depending on what stat you believe, there's like 5.5 billion email accounts this year. Most of us check our email every day. Now, the other caveat should be we don't read every email, right? 59%, let's call it 3 out of 5, say marketing emails influence their purchasing decisions. Yeah, that's a no duh. For every buck you spend on email, you're going to get somewhere between 37 and 45 bucks back, depending on what stat you want us to believe. So we're going to go with 42. So email works, obviously, right? We get that. Yeah, Matt talks about that stat on the bottom. He absolutely does, Marshall. Now, what's interesting is that opt-in, highly targeted email to consumers gets opened. This is MailChimp.com analytics by niche, by email type. You'll see open rates between 15 and 30%. Right? Pretty crazy. 15 to 30% in these various categories like gambling, beauty and personal care, daily deals, whatever it may be, right? Medical and dental, big open rates. So some important takeaways, and I know we talk about this in instant reply, is canned spam compliance is key. You can't have a deceptive subject line where you're like, Steve Johnson, you've won $1 million, and you open it up and it's a bill collector, right? You can't do that. You can't send the same email, right, repeatedly. You have to offer the ability to unsubscribe. You have to provide a name and a physical address of the actual sender. There's a whole list of rules. I have this cool link that I keep handy on how to be in compliant from a canned spam standpoint, and I'll shoot it out with the replay to you guys because it's a cool resource. But what's important is that when you do this targeted email to opt-ins, you have to remain compliant, right? You have to remain compliant. Now, we've got a few case studies. I'm going to let you guys can type a 1. You don't have to because I'm going to do them anyway. But we're going to do a couple of them right now. And most of these are kudos to Jeff, but I got a lot of them. I grabbed 17 of them about a week ago and said, let's just kind of look at some of these rather than all of them, right? Oh, Darcy's going to be all fancy with the Uno. I see, Darcy. All right, so let's run through a few of these. Now, car dealership. Here's a sample email. This is some HTML email that we sent out, one of the customers sent out, targeting people that, ready for this? 3 years or older vehicle, people that own a Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge, right? Or this other category of Ford, Chevy, etc., that have a 3-year or older car. 50,000 emails. And with 10% opens, that's about 5,000, and a little over 2% click. What's 2% of 50,000? That's over 1,000 clicks. over 1,000 clicks for this campaign. Jeff, do you remember what this one, because I wasn't involved in this, do you remember what this one might have generated?
Yeah, it was a little over 1,000 clicks.
Yeah, so 1,000 clicks. Now this is customer sells. I'm going to say, I have Darcy's name highlighted because she wrote Uno. So Darcy sells to car dealer, direct mail, no. How about direct email to a hyper-targeted group of consumers in an opt-in compliant fashion and drives over 1,000 clicks in 72 hours. All right, that's the offer. Boom, 1,000 plus clicks. Here's another one from May, and I'm just stealing these from Jeff. Insurance company. Jocelyn, is this upstate New York? I don't know where this is. Depew, New York? Depew, New York. All right, 52,000. We had 9,900 opens, 1,196 clicks over to the client. 1,196 clicks. Yeah, I had no idea either, Jocelyn. I was counting on you as my New Yorker here. Richard, no, what we're doing is sending emails. Yeah, they look like postcards or direct mail pieces, right? These are email pieces, graphically designed emails that go out to the client. Somebody said if you put a link in the email, it won't get delivered. Well, I got 9,932 objections to that point, plus 1,196 clicks, right? No, Darcy just met with the car dealership, you guys, the other day. Swear to God, she and I were texting about it. She said this is actually the dealership that she met with. All right, we'll come back to that one separate, Darce. All right. And Depew, New York is 40 miles from where she's from. There you go. Another insurance. It's a property and casualty, right? 300,000 piece email mailer, 14% open rate, over 5,000 clicks for New Jersey NJM Insurance, right? All right. Let me see. I'm just going to hit a few of them. Pizzeria. This is right up your alley, David Perkins. Something hot and cheesy is waiting for you at Nancy's Pizza. So I obviously did not think that up, but I believe that is in Massachusetts. Right? Couple hundred clicks, very small town. Boom. Drove that traffic right in. Chiropractor. I've heard rumors that people do chiropractic. Actually, I talked about it all morning with somebody. Almost 400 clicks into this chiropractor, right? In, I don't know exactly where this was in California, but Northern Cali. All right. What else? Oh, yeah, you can drive the clicks to a bot flow, Bud Clark. Let's see. I'm just going to, hey, when I see him, I answer him. Beshel Chiropractic up in North Carolina, over there near Winston-Salem and Burlington, that area. Another 1,300 opens on a super small mailing, couple hundred clicks right in the door. Boom. And I'm gonna sum this up in a second. Another chiropractor. I threw these extra chiropractors in for everybody that's been busting my chops in instant reply. I said, I got your chiropractor covered. We're talking some chiropractic, Jeff and I. Another one, right? We got a lot of these examples, right? TK's Pizza. All right, I may be more interested in pizza than chiropractic. Up in New York and West Seneca. All these examples from all these niches. One of the ones I work, where is, I don't even know if he's here today. I don't know if he's here. Hang on. I'm going to check and see. My friend that lives in Naples. Hang on. I'm going to find him. If you live in Naples, you know who you are. Where are you? All right. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Anton, if you're not here, Anton's in Naples. So, surgeon filling up an event, lunch and learn. How do you like 1,500 clicks? Bang, right there. It looks like a mailer. It looks like a mailer, but it's just a slick email. Yeah, you can run it right into a bot flow, Quantum Chat people, right? This can come This has come from a lot of ways, and we'll talk about it. I'm just going to hit you with some of these. I thought I'd hit you rather than telling you how to do something. I thought we'd show you a bunch of examples. This is an ophthalmologist on a special kind of eye surgery. Darcy, this is specifically for you. Darcy does a lot of work with nonprofits. We're getting over 2% click through, basically raising money from a nonprofit standpoint. This is one that Jeff has in California. Swimming pools south of me in Macon. Now, if I'm getting a pool, I'm going to spend all the money on the in-ground, but a lot of people buy above-ground pools. Several hundred clicks for this company. Any of my Georgia friends down in the Macon area. All right. Rumor has it that roofing's a good niche. That's what I heard. Almost 1,800 clicks. Subject line. You want to know the subject line? You guys, you want to steal this one? First name space free inspection. You guys know I didn't design any of these emails. I can barely put graphics on a page. All right. Mark Royer, yes. And I'll come back to it, Mark. All right. So you name it, we're doing it. Or how about this? You name it, Jeff was doing it, and I got my hands on it. That's a better explanation. That's more honest. So roofing. It's a good one. We all know that. Rumor has it AC is also a good niche. Another 700 clicks on this special drive-in targeted traffic, right, for this HVAC company. Somebody asked me the other day, and they even asked Glenn Johnson about politics. Glenn's super savvy in the political space. Upstate New York. Is a Republican in upstate New York? That sounds like, I don't think that could be possible. Kitty Carl is running for judge. You can see the clicks. 3% click-through rate. Much smaller group, but 3% click-through. 2,500 opens, right? All right. Got a few more. I'm going to hit them. Let me see. Yep, one more. I thought I put a dentist in here. Here's another one. All right. This is down in Mississippi. Not that far from EBR, Brian Rose. A couple hundred more. All right. There's my dental. I knew I had a dentist one. I was talking to Barack about dental. All right. So did I not build? I didn't build this one out. Hang on. Super small, but 2.3% click-through rate, right? Very targeted area in Connecticut. All right. Another one, right? Houston. This did a free offer. Me and the builds. Hang on. I'm getting there. About 2% on this one. About 1,000 clicks to this dentist, right? All right. So we're hitting all these things, right? Mike said, Brian, aren't images not displayed typically on a broadcast email unless the email recipient favors your email address? Sometimes, but I'll come back to that. It's a good question, Mike. Another dentist. I mean, I had to grab just a few of these. Really easy. All right. So I think I got one or two more. This one was kind of interesting. Not my niche, but man, is this lucrative. Imagine targeting business owners with a highly customized offer for like a small business loan. Talk about 1,600 clicks. I bet they got some applications. This is just last month, you guys, in September. Same thing, another few hundred clicks on this one. Another one of the online business sites. All right. I'm going to ask you this, and this is Jeff and I brainstorming. Having dozens, nay, 100 case studies would probably help you. I'm not going to ask you. Fair to say, right? What if you could rebrand them and put John Wilson, Elizabeth Park, Brent Mark, right? We can put Darren on it, Miro. Doesn't matter. We can customize them for you, right? What if we white labeled the case studies, right? Let's net this thing out a little better. kind of where are we at? We've talked about a bunch. I've been all over the board. The challenges to running your agency. We hit on the 3 challenges. I added in that 4th one, which was a lack of certainty. We talked about what may be the best option, the best agency fulfillment option. Now, the true answer is there's no one answer, right? But when Jeff applied his criteria to me, we had lunch, and he's like, dude, well, Jeff did not say dude. Jeff said, Brian, easy. Jeff, tell me, easy and what?
Easy and makes money.
That's right.
Fast.
Easy and makes money.
Remember, I'm semi-retired. I don't want hard, complex, involved.
Yeah, Dan S. No doubt, Dan. Easy and makes money. It has to be easy. It has to make money. All right. So we've got some more, and we're going to move on with it. We actually have more than we're going to be able to show, more than we'll do on this call. So to deliver on what we said at the beginning, I want to get right down to it. For those that are overwhelmed on the fulfillment side, you're suffering one or more of these challenges or the litany that we showed you, right? Maybe the big one, that lack of certainty. I don't care if you're a PhD professor. I don't care if you went to Harvard or Stanford. I don't care if you drive a pickup truck, you dig ditches. It doesn't matter. If you have this as something in front of you, as a roadblock, it's going to be hard to win. Fair enough. It doesn't matter who you are. So think about what's missing, right? What's missing in your service? You're missing certainty. You got everything up here is cool. I'm not knocking any of them. I do almost all these at one time or another in my career. So as we're dialing this thing in, how do you really achieve success? Maybe it's the ultimate door opener to every other product you have. Maybe it's all you need on a fulfillment standpoint. I don't know. I'm not here to pass judgment. I know this because this applies to me. It's about time. It's about freedom. It's about all these things, right? My wife was on a call a few weeks ago, and I was showing a similar slide. All she's done is talk about why we haven't really done this, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's on my list. I got to go to Cleveland. I'm like, Cleveland, it's more productive than this. This is vacation, but whether it's retirement, doesn't matter. We're going to introduce what we put together. And a lot of this is kudos to Jeff. And I mean that this, when he came to me to show me what he was building and what he had put together, I got really excited. So Jeff created this offer, and I joined in with him. We combined resources on this. So this is kind of both of us. It's really compelling. It's very simple too. I do go to Cleveland on purpose, actually. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, David. Come on. All right. So local email campaigns pay money, right? I think we can all agree. What do you think some of the campaigns we were looking at, what do you think you'd charge the business owner? Yeah, like Johnny said, Brian, what if I live abroad? So I don't care if you live in Belgrade. I don't care if you live in London, Moscow, Lagos, Nigeria. It doesn't matter. Herzliya, Israel, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. It doesn't matter where you live. Yes, you can target the U.S. in a big way. Here's what Jeff and team and partners are charging and resellers are charging right now: $1,000 to $3,500 a pop. Yeah, I think you can charge a lot.
Hey, Brian, you missed this earlier, but Colin Litchfield said that he and his partners several years ago were charging franchises $15,000 to $30,000 per campaign.
Think about that. That's Colin. Colin and I had dinner a few months ago. It's been a couple months, Colin, maybe a year now, in Peachtree City here, and yeah, he's a real deal. So the number you put here is going to be based on a few things: size of the mailing, right? Of the emailing, the niche. There's a lot of criteria, geography. So obviously, local email can be challenging doing it yourself. If it's not obvious, I promise, it is challenging. You ask yourself these questions: what's the source of the data? How can I be CAN spam compliant? What does it cost to rent the list, right? How do I maintain the list hygiene? What about bots? And these are the bad bots, the spam bots, right? How do you guarantee certainty? It's one thing to guesstimate, but how do I guarantee a certain deliverable? How do I reach the dang inbox? And email platform cost, usability, viability, right? How am I going to mail them? So, what we built, Jeff and I said, hey, let's get rid of all the complexity. Let's reduce the competition to virtually nothing and create something with cash flow as its core offer, right? So, this is, in my mind, using Jeff's criteria, easy and make money. It's a pretty dang good, it's a great fit. For those of you that have ever worked in automotive, think of like direct mailers in automotive, but now think about that tied to any industry. All right. So there's 3 keys. You got to be able to prospect, you got to be able to sell, you got to be able to deliver. Jeff, anything you want to say about that? I mean, if you can't deliver, I don't care if you can sell. This is about certainty.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I mean, this covers the waterfront.
This is it, you guys. So what we built, done for you B2C campaigns, B2B campaigns, creative, uh, a real slick interface to see how many email records are in the database in that criteria, in that area, reporting system, the usual training and calls, prospecting templates, and how about a whole heck of a lot of case studies? That's what we put together. It's a little unorthodox how I'm kind of revealing it, but I want to make sure you understand, and we can always talk about it in a little more detail. So the keys to prospecting for done-for-you email customers. Jeff, I'm going to let you speak to this. This is important. There's 3 keys. Matt likes to call them the golden keys, but these 3 things are critical.
Well, you first, like for prospecting, right, you have to have a list of prospects. And you're in the email business, so what better way to present an email done for you email solution than by email? And so you need a B2B email list solution. You have to have a platform to deliver that. And of course, you need a converting sales funnel and what all that entails. You have to have a way of converting these your prospects into actual sales as well.
I love it. So if you feel like you've got a done for you prospecting resource, go ahead and put a 1 into the chat. We'll move on. Now, a key thing is, how do you figure out what emails you have and you don't have by all the category? Obviously, we got geography. That's an obvious. But things like size of the company, right? Language, gender, age. We got all these different niches and categories so you can figure out exactly who you can go after. Now, that addresses that problem. Let's go back. Let's go to the testimonials. Keeping it real, if you feel like you lack testimonials, and honestly, this one was born out of so many calls where people would say that to me or to Jeff saying, I need some case studies. I need some testimonials. If you feel like you're lacking strong case studies / testimonials, put a 1. Or a hell yeah, Darce. All right. So we put together 100 for you in a wide variety of niches. That's 100 case studies. So that addressed that point. That's solved. It's off the table. And these aren't case studies that Jimmy and Bobby made money. These are results for the client case study. All right. So a large consumer opt-in email list with lots of variables to select from. Critical. How to get it delivered, right? How to get these emails delivered, avoiding spam bots and so forth. A guaranteed way to get results. This was a little bit tricky. So let's talk to that. So on the consumer side, I know a lot of people they've been pinging the Q&A box right now about the consumer data. On the consumer side, got lots of categories. Somebody earlier, I think it was Mark Royer, was asking me about certain geography, married with children. And I think he was talking about an ice cream store. We got you covered, Mark. So whatever it may be, we've got a pretty rich consumer database, far beyond what I think. Yeah, Scott, only 100 right now, but don't worry, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to call it the Scott Hall bump on this webinar, just for Scott Hall. So, all right, yep, and Kendra, we'll get you a replay. So we've got the ability, so Scott can say, Brian, I'm looking for this area in Neptune, whatever, New Jersey, and these 3 zip codes. What are we looking at? And he can get the exact data he needs. Now, let's add a little bit of certainty. 100% guarantee of 1% click through. Okay. We'll guarantee a 1% click through. And then I'm going to change that in a second. So stick with me. How do we do it? Jeff, why don't you speak to this, because I think this is brilliant.
Yeah, so basically the way this works is that we own this list, right? There's 145 million roughly consumers on this particular, inside this database. And there are over 700 selects in there. And I'm not talking about towns and cities and zip codes. So what we do is that we send out the email. Let's say there's 50,000 that go out, and the clicks start happening. And we also go into real-time bidding platform, and we purchase Yahoo promotional email ads, sponsored Gmail ads, and targeted text and contextual links. And that's one of the ways, in addition to our, having a great reputation with the ISPs over the last 10 years, we actually guarantee delivery into the mailbox in Gmail and Yahoo, which is very difficult, by basically taking a portion of the money that you pay for the email campaign and buying these ads. And this will increase traffic to your website and conversions. And if you don't have the minimum guarantee for your campaign, and you're going to find out more about higher guarantees that we have in just a few minutes, then we will continue to market this until you get your guaranteed number of clicks. And we don't stop. I mean, if you get more, obviously that's great, but we don't stop until you've received your guarantee.
So I thought that tweak was brilliant. Now we've addressed the prospecting, selling, and delivering, right? Because now we have a guarantee. We've now solved the complexity, the competition, the cash flow, and maybe taken a lot of steps towards giving certainty, right? Maybe we've changed the uncertain to certain, right? All right. Maybe all these things are off the table now too. I don't have enough time. That's all right. You don't have to do it. I don't have enough expertise. That's okay. All right. You don't need to chase anything, right? Easy. So we've solved these as well, we think. I mean, creative. All right. I'm going to be honest. Creative. Oh, God, I hate this. Jeff, you want to talk about the creative side?
Yep. So now the guarantees apply whether you bring your own emails, either HTML or text, right? These don't have to be HTML. You can bring your own emails. We'll still guarantee it. But if you don't want to do the creative, or maybe your client doesn't want to do it, we will do it for you for a very low cost. And we've got templates. You've got a creative resource ad resource that you can access. You can share it with your client. It has all the guidelines that you need to follow to develop your own. Of course, we'll do it for you. And it has templates for a variety of all these different verticals that you can use and show it to your clients and say, hey, I choose template number 47. And we just make these changes according to what links that you want.
I love it. So you don't have to deal with the creative. Now, the tracking and reporting, obviously kind of a key point, right? We can get into it for people that want to stay later, but I'm not going to do it right now. But we're going to give you detailed tracking and reporting. So as we're addressing all these challenges, we're solving all these problems repeatedly, every objection. All right, let's talk about my favorite and hopefully yours too. Put a 1 if you want to shift into how to make money with this whole thing. Put a 1 and let's get into it. All right, awesome. All right, so let's do it. And oops. So B2C, you're going to pay wholesale for a campaign, right? And you're going to mark it up 2 to 5 times depending on your geography, right? Some places you might even get more than 5 times. So if you paid $500 as an example, which is the cost for the mailing, the list, etc., on the 50,000, and you charged $1,500, you'd net $1,000. If you charged $2,000, you'd net $1,500. Really simple. Really simple. It isn't rocket science by any means. Now on the B2B side, very similar, very similar. On the B2B, we can go a little bigger on the deals. The B2C size, you'll find that the list sizes may be smaller. We can get a little bit bigger, giving more results for your client. Same concept though. You're paying wholesale and selling for retail and making the spread. You could even charge for the creative. On the low end, if you just want to take one of the existing templates and have it customized, $100. You want to design something from scratch with one of our designers, it's a little bit more, but you pass that cost on. You only incur it when you have a paying client. It's not something you have to pay. It's when you're doing a job, right? Now, how about this? What if I told you that a lot of people, what I'm seeing and what Jeff's seeing, is people buying multiple campaigns? What if they're buying 3 or 4 campaigns at a time? It's exactly what's happening. Think about that for a minute. You talk to Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith says, yeah, I'm going to do that, right? And you create a bundle. So you can run this thing 100% done for you with none of the technical hurdles at all. I made a few boxes, thank goodness, with PowerPoint. You select the emails. It's a drop-down tool. Bump, bump, bump. Takes about 15, 20 seconds. You submit the order to the team. You either giving us the creative or we design it for you. And that's an add-on fee, right? We manage the campaign. We send it out. We do everything for you. We track all the results. We give you the report. You pull it at your leisure. You can pull it multiple times. You send that report to the client. It is truly soup to nuts, complete, done for you B2C and B2B email for your agency. It might be the ultimate product as a service, right? Just pure done for you. Now, I love all the wows. All right. Let me hit it again. B2C campaigns, B2B campaigns, the creative. We've got our generic system where you can kind of create the reports, check how many emails are available, hit all the filters, right? Prospecting templates. You can use that with instant reply. If you're in there, if you're not, that's okay. The case studies, you can brand them as yours. All right, I don't want to spend time on testimonials, but the resellers we've gotten in are pretty happy. It's all about driving value, right? How do we drive value from where you are today or where your customer is today so that it's higher the next day. Really, it doesn't matter what internet marketing service, it truly is about the ROI. What's the return? What's the bang for that client, right? So shifting, adding to your agency a done for you email service agency, DFY email, B2C and B2B, gives you a lot of certainty, right? You get this guaranteed results. Can't give you that in any other internet marketing service. You can earn 100,000 plus a month. Easy. I mean, you got to work. I'm not going to, it doesn't fall out of the sky, for God's sake. But it is simple and easy to do. There's not a lot of moving parts, and it's very quantifiable. The ROI is proven, and the results are guaranteed. So what I want to do is I'm gonna put the link up, and I want to kind of talk to you how we designed it. Stick with me. I got a bonus if you can stick around for just a second. If you're like my friend Jay from Oregon, who's here, thank you, Jay, and you just want to use this for yourself, for your business, we've got a personal license for you. If you want to work anywhere, right? Unlimited clients in your state, we've got it that way. We sliced and diced it to make it fit no matter where you may be. 1 state, 5 state, or maybe all 50 states, right? That's what we set up. All right. So before we hit the costs and all that jazz, remember, what do you get? You get our email, you get our software for email counts, right? To be able to figure out exactly what's available with your criteria. You can place an order, you get all the tracking and reporting, you get access to all the case studies, you get this prospecting material, you can plug it into instant reply, you can use it with whatever else you tend to use. You get everything you need to be successful. Now, we added some things in, and you're going to like this. I'm going to have the Scott Hall bump in a second in honor of Scott. We got some bonuses. All right. Now, we're going to do a timer in a minute because we're going to limit this because otherwise we would get slam-olaed. We broke 1,000 members on the call already. So what we're going to do is we'll turn that on. I'll let Jeff do it in a second. But first things first, Scott asked, we delivered. Scott said, come on, Brian, can you do more than 1%? Well, Scott, you already knew I was doing 1.5. I had to make it a bonus, Scott. So Scott sandbagged me with that one. So we're actually going to guarantee you 1.5%. Jeff, will you check Valerie? Check that out for us if you could. Valerie, we'll check it right now for you. All right. So, Bud Clark. All right. We've got a services agreement you can use. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to get worried. Just use the one we have. All right. Jeff, maybe put the right link in chat. I don't know if I typed it wrong. I don't think I did. Put it in chat. So we've got that agreement for you. All right. We've got a pretty good training on how to sell this. I can tell you it's good because I went through the training myself. Jeff trained me this summer on this thing, and it's really, really slick. Now we've got some add-ons. I'm not even going to get into it on the call, but Facebook retargeting, we're going to get into training on that, more of how to sell and monetize, and display ad training, same thing, more how to sell and monetize. I like the retargeting a lot more than display ad, but that's just me, you guys. But I will tell you, these things all stack up as value and revenue to you. Now, these bonuses, it's up to you. Easily, it's going to make you thousands. Just the 1.5% click-through rate guarantee is going to be big, really big. So when you start looking at this, right, and you start saying, all right, I don't have to create an agreement. I will guarantee if I send 50,000, that means 750 clicks are guaranteed, right? 1.5%. So we start going through these bonuses, and I realized there was like one more bonus that I wanted to include for y'all that I thought would be helpful. I wanted to be absolutely certain that we don't leave anything to chance on this. Absolutely. All right. How do we integrate what you're already selling on the back end in? We build a pretty cool training on this that really allows you to bundle and stack value. Like I was talking to Breon in West Palm, if I wanted to stack this with what he's selling to churches, what he's selling in a white label capacity, this is a no-brainer to kind of stack that together. That's a little fast action bonus. Now, for those of you that said, Brian, I don't know how I could live on 100 case studies, it's all right. I was really going to give you 150, but I made some right now available on the call, y'all. So for those that take action, there's not a limit, but for those that join us today, you're going to get 50 more white label case studies. That's 150 case studies. And I'm going to tell you how we do that in a minute. 150. All right. Uh-oh. Did we crash the page? Jeff will check it, bud. I like to say it's my fault, but I'm going to have to blame you. Let's see. Oh, it works for me, bud. All right. So I'm going to give you the prospecting email campaigns I use. Now, I will tell you that a lot of these I'm building in instant reply. So even if you didn't buy this and you're in instant reply, you may get some of these. However, I've got a lot of them that I'm going to give you right away. The exact ones that Vanessa and I have been using, Tracy on my team, etc. And you can have these for yourself. They work pretty well. Matter of fact, they were the basis of our email split test. I want to give you that as a bonus as well. Now, I've got a special bonus, but I'm going to ask you to keep it under wraps. This cutie pie here with the glasses, with her hand over her lips, right, saying, shh. I am going to give you something that is worth 5 times the cost of the entire training, the entire business, everything. I'm going to give you, I'm not even going to tell you exactly what it is. You're going to have to suspend disbelief and trust me. What's the exact count in there? Jeff, the database that I sent you, do you know how many records are in there? The one from this summer when you and I were talking about it in Dublin? Couple 100,000 maybe.
You mean in the
like the genealogy database from the companies?
Yeah, that was about I think it was about 300, 350.
So guys, what I'm going to give you in one fell swoop in access to a file, I'm not even going to name it on the call for certain reasons, but it involves BizOp and genealogy and databases, and I'm going to give you access to some really, really good data that I paid a lot of money for, right? A lot of money. So, all right. There's a couple bonuses, a little fast action on the call. But what about somebody's going to ask me, you haven't done it yet, or maybe I missed it. Somebody's going to say, Brian, could I just download data out of your consumer database? Yeah, I can't just let you download my whole database. But Jeff did convince me. Talk to this one, Jeff.
Yes. Now we've had a lot of people asking about Canada and United States, and do we bring our own emails, etc. So, and this is why I've never seen this before. What we've been talking about is a done for you system, complete system. We own the data. We send it out for you. You can bring your own emails, or we'll design it for you. It can be text or it can be HTML. We'll guarantee it either way, whether you bring it, whether it's text or HTML. And this has 145 million consumers in it and about 45 million businesses. That's a done for you system. But separate from that, for those of you who are looking for, let's say, Canada, we have a separate system. It has about 300 million consumer emails in it and about the same 45, roughly 35, 40 million businesses. That's a do-it-yourself. So in that system, you can actually export the list and you send out the emails. It's not done for you. But for those of you who have, designs on doing something, you don't mind sending out the emails and taking care of that part, we actually have this as a solution too. And we made a fast action bonus. It's got about 54 selects, as you see here. It's also an opt-in email database. And we're going to give you 10,000 credits so you can do your own email campaigns, either B2B or B2C.
I love it. So all these things, I left out this one, Jeff. You want to talk about the
Brand
subject
new one
line
I put in there.
Say it again.
I said that's a brand new one that I put in there and slipped it in on you.
I saw it right before. I know you did. I saw it. I was going to let you talk about it and talk about this because I think a lot of you will realize the value in this.
Yeah, and this, it's crucial, right? The subject line is what gets your emails opened. It's great to have a wonderfully designed, creative, responsive, designed email, either HTML or even have a text leading to generating clicks. But if your email doesn't get open, then nobody's going to see it. So to help you with this and deciding what subject lines to use, we've got a system that we recommend that we've been using in our it's free, okay, and we just provide you with access to it so that you can use it in designing what your subject lines. And when you put in a subject line, it tells you, it grades it, and it tells you how to improve it, which is the most important thing. Because even people like Brian and myself who send out a number of emails, we have the ability to test and make our subject lines even better using a system like this. So we threw this in as another bonus.
All right. So for everybody that's asking me right now, before I even continue, can I still get the bonuses if I buy X or Y or what? I don't know, but I promise you, we will always, if possible, act in your best interest. And if it's not possible, we'll be upfront and tell you that. Now, this is all a one-time fee. Another thing we created, because this is going to blow your mind, is we created an optional monthly group. Now, you don't have to join. It doesn't affect anything that we spoke about, but I'm going to tell you what it does do. And you could try it for $1, and you have to decide you want it. I wanted to make it real clear that you're like, yeah, I want to try it for that $1. Now, let me explain the difference. So, we've given you all the fast action bonuses, right? A lot of value, a lot more case studies, the ability to take our consumer data. My personal BizOp data, just my recent purchases this summer, is worth way, way, way more than everything we're talking about here. Just what I spent. All right, now, watch this. Before I get into the pricing, let me see, Jeff. Hang on. Here it is. All right. Let me show you this. What if Lowell Smoker, man, that guy can sell. I know he's good, right? He's in Atlanta. He lives on the north side. I live on the south side. Lowell, what if I said instead of a 1% guarantee, the 1.5 that I'm giving anybody that buys on the call, you got to be tagged on the call. What if I did this for you? What if I gave you a 2% guarantee? So now we send that 50,000 out, Lowell. We're a minimum 1,000 clicks right into the customer. And it could go into the bot if you want to do a bot, yes. It can go to their website. Yeah. It can do whatever you want it to do, right? But we're going to up the bonuses. I'm going to quote my friend Mark Royer, and I especially want to go to this ice cream place, Mark. He said, that is awesomeness. All right, let me tell you this. Let me hit the button. I'm gonna take the case studies from our existing resellers and from those of you on the call, and I'm gonna abstract them up and white label them and give you new case studies every month. A constant flow of case studies. Now, the reason we can do this is we will have a lot of members. So why is that important? Because certainty sells. When you talk to a dentist and you show them 7 examples, it gets easy. When you talk to a car dealer who thinks they know everything about everything, you think these guys could cure world hunger and peace, right? You could say, listen, Mr. General Manager, With my digital direct mail solution, unlike everything else, I'm going to give you 100% certainty on how many clicks you're going to get. So I'm going to give you all these case studies on an ongoing basis. We're going to give you new emails that match the new case studies as they come out. What does that mean? We're going to give you the email campaigns. All right. This one's big. For those that are in the VIP, we will give you done for you Facebook ads. You don't have to pay Guru of the Week. You don't have to pay Indian outsourcing company, one-off marketer online. Our creative team will build out the ads for you. There is zero markup. There is zero fee to you. You pass it on to the client, and the client pays ad spend plus your premium. Completely free, no cost. Right? All right. All right. So, how do you make money on Facebook campaigns? Well, funny enough, it's very similar. You pay wholesale, you sell retail, you make the difference, easy money. In an example I have on the screen, if you pay $450, right, and you charge $13.50, you'd net out $8.50. Actually, that math's off. Who made this slide? I'm going to blame Jeffrey on this. You're going to make circa 800. You're going to make circa 800. We're going to blame Vanessa because she's not on the call. Hey, Tracy, I know you're on the call. Make sure remind me to blame Vanessa on this slide. So, all right. These are hypothetical examples anyway, you guys. Same thing. Display ad retargeting. How about we'll do it for you? We'll do it for you. Same thing. I love it. So when we do the ads, we have an order fee built in. If you're in the VIP group, you don't have to pay the order fee. Now, even if you're not, you're passing it on to the client anyway. This just gives you more margin, more profit for you. Last but certainly not least, Jeff, will you talk to this one? This is a good one. I know my voice is running out a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. Let me just move everything out of the way. So what we've done, right? So we've been doing this. I use ClickFunnels as a website platform, and we've built an agency website inside ClickFunnels. So for those of you who have ClickFunnels, as long as you're a VIP member, which is a $1 trial for 30 days to get all these extra bonuses, and then the ongoing bonuses we deliver each month, and it's $97 a month after that. For everybody who's a VIP member, we will give you the ClickFunnels code. Okay, so you can just take this code, copy it into your ClickFunnels account. And I think if you don't have ClickFunnels, I think the lowest level is like $97 a month. But this is a ready-made website that you can then just basically change out. You need to change the logo, obviously, for whatever your domain name is, and then you can put your own contact information in there in the contact form. So you don't have to worry about, instantly have a done for you email agency website built for you and ready to go with your customization.
Well, Jeff, since you added that in on me, I added something in on you. So you guys will like this. This will sound familiar to people in voice drops. So rather than just getting 10,000, the ability to steal or borrow or use and keep forever from our consumer database, we'll give you an additional 10,000 every month with all the attributes you want to select from, and you could use them yourself anywhere you want. So we'll give you access to all that on a monthly basis, right? And we're going to give you a little HTML email builder software. Now, if you don't want to pay for the creative and have our team do it, you can do it yourself. It's not hard. Now, I don't do that. I don't recommend that, but we're here to help because we got to meet everybody where they are. There are those of you that want to do this and those of you that would say, no, go away, right? And I'm in the no, go away, but some of you would rather do this. So we're going to help you. I love it. So, Jeff, wrap this one up, man, and let's get into the questions.
Great. We got a 12 months free trial for Send Eagle, for those of you who don't have it already. And that will give you the ability to send out, basically have 10,000 contact records. And you can also get 5,000 B2B emails. They don't have any consumer list in there. But as far as B2B for prospecting, for chiropractors or roofers, whoever it is you're looking for, there's an additional source of emails and an email marketing system that you can use.
All right. So, and I guess in the VIP, it goes without saying that we're going to do a regular stream of calls together. Both Jeff, myself, David, who heads up some of the team, right? All of us together will be delivering content and value to you on an ongoing basis. All this together gives you a done for you B2C, B2C and B2B email agency ready to go. You can do a one-time fee. You can join us in the VIP. It doesn't matter. If you choose to upgrade and try it out for $1, you can cancel. You're not going to break our hearts. And I mean that. I've said that before. You will get the 2% guarantee. You'll get the new case studies. You will get the niche email campaigns, the new ones every month. You'll get the Facebook ad campaigns designed for you. You'll get the done for you display ad campaigns. You will waive the rate card fee, the $50 it's like our setup fee, if you will, right? You don't have to pay that. It's just more profit for you. You'll get 10,000 more credits a month that you can have right out of our database for you. Additionally, if you want to design your own emails, we'll give you the software. If you don't want to do them, which I recommend, do what I do and pay somebody, for God's sake. There is no money in doing it yourself at all. It's a short-sighted game. Guys, at the end of the day, we based this whole thing on how could we – a lot of this came, Perkins and Darcy and others, we sat together this summer in Mexico, and we were talking about certainty. What's the value of certainty? How do we get it? How do we deliver it? With over 5,000 in bonuses, real world value, and at least 10,000 in fast action, this is the biggest no-brainer you've ever seen. It's unique. No one else is doing it. And we've been doing it, hence we have a lot of case studies. We're going to solve every problem you have, complexity, competition, and cash flow, at the same time, hopefully addressing the certainty issue. All these things together, right? That's our goal. So what I'm going to do is quickly leap over to the sales page. And what I will show you is there's a couple options. For $497, if you're just a solo guy and you just want to do it for your business, like Jay and his insurance brokerage, if you only want to work in Texas as an example, or maybe you want to be in a regional area, you can get up to 5 states. Maybe you want the whole country. That's all 50 states. This is all designed around the United States. You don't have to live in the U.S. Canada's easy. Anywhere else in the world is fine. It doesn't matter where you are, but everything we've built is designed around the U.S. You're going to notice something kind of weird. You're going to notice that the 5-state and the 50-state pricing is the same. You're going to notice that. Why? Because we're trying to make a no-brainer deal for you. If you want to be in all 50 states, I want you to be. Additionally, before anybody asks me, you're going to see an option down below on the all 50 state option. We designed this to help out on a payment plan for people that are interested but need to tiptoe in. Some people do, some people don't, and it's okay. The last option, if you highlight it, it'll change the cart. It's 3 pay of $397 instead of a 1 pay. It's a little bit of a premium, but the reality is you can get in the door for $397 and get engaged. All right. Right still. All right, you're covered, right? Right said, Brian, I'm in, but I'm driving to a gig right now. I need this, but I'm going to be late for my gig. Right. We've been friends. I got you covered. Hit me up later. and I'll honor it for you. I missed the beginning. I don't even know all of it, but I know I want it. So all right. Can you sign up for 50 states, but then downgrade before the trial if we want to? I would say this. If you think you want to do 50 states, do the 50 states. But if you're thinking, hey, I don't really need that. I really only want to be in one state. I don't want to go big. I want to go local, right? Then do the 1 or 5 state. But right now, and it won't stay like this, right now, I've got it set up for you guys as a gift. The 50 state and 5 state are the same. We're going to do JV webinars at some point in 2020. And when we do those calls, they will pay a premium for the 50 state. You will not. So if 50 state makes sense, I want you to go ahead and get engaged, right? If it doesn't make sense, then just do 5 states. But it's the same cost, so I'll ask you to make that decision. And if you just want to work in Texas, I mean, heck, it used to be a country, right? If you just want to work in California, that's okay. But we designed the 50 state. You get all the bonuses at the 1 state, 5 state, or 50 level. The personal, you're not getting the same bonus suite. If you're doing the 1 state, 5 state, or 50, you get all the bonuses. If you want to tiptoe, how about tiptoe? If you want to tiptoe in, we set up a 3 pay. The reason we did that is, the point is, if this makes sense, if you're one of the guys in Instant Reply saying, Brian, I want something to sell that I am certain is going to work, we're going to guarantee it, financially guarantee it. We're positive. We have enough data and we have the solution on how to get there if we come up 42 clicks short. So with that, I will be taking a drink of water, and there's still a lot of people on this call, and we hope to answer some questions. But to help, if you don't mind, will you do the QQQ thing? And I'm not even going to scroll up. I'm just going to start right now because there's too many of them. It's an overwhelming number of people on this one, you guys. So if you're willing, go ahead and please do the QQQ, and we'll answer any and all of your questions right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the sales page. I'm gonna leave it on the order page, and then I'm gonna take questions. Roger said, I'm in. Thank you for the 3 pay. I believe I'll make this work this month. You guys, first order that comes in, I'm going to do something really nice for the first person. I'm going to make a big deal out of you with your permission, and I'm going to take care of you in a really nice way. You're going to love it. I'm not going to tell you, but it's going to be very lucrative for you. So for those that get in, I want you to crush it. There is no fear, no uncertainty, no doubt. It's guaranteed. Generic Horgan, I'll honor that for you, Jan. So go ahead and that's fine. You know what? Put your info, your email in, and Tracy will take it. I'll honor that for you. Tom Gordon, I got you covered. All right. Elizabeth Park. Sorry, Greg. I read Elizabeth until I saw Greg. Greg, you're covered. David Perkins is in. Bud Clark is good. Terry Palma. I'm confused. Yeah, we're not doing it. Okay. It's a good question, Terry. So I know with Instant Reply, I wanted to do a dollar trial because I wanted people to be able to test the software and make sure it fit them. What we're doing here, we're giving you a VIP, a trial for $1. We created a 3 pay on getting on board. If you want to get on board for the 50 state, we made a 3 pay. If you want to try the VIP, it's $1. You can cancel. You don't lose anything. Marshall V, put your email in. Tracy will get it. We'll cover you, Marshall. All right, Mary Sloan. Hang on, Mary. Mary said, Brian, where do I do the 3? Okay. I see it. Mary says, where do I do the dollar trial? I think I may have it pulled up on a screen. I was making a slide. I never finished it. Imagine that. Let's see. It looks something like this, Mary. after you buy, y'all, I'm telling you, there's an upsell. You don't have to take it, but that's where it is. After you buy, you have the option to do the dollar. You do not have to do it. You lose nothing. You gain a lot if you try it out. You can try it for 29 days and quit, or 30 days and quit. You can try it and keep it. It's up to you. The additional guarantee is designed to make it really, really, really worth your while. And the monthly is, it's under $100. You can try it out. If it makes sense, keep it. If not, obviously, like I've said before, don't do it. All right, so going back to the questions, Jeff's been answering them like crazy. Lowell Smoker said, Brian, all right, Brian. He said, is a VIP additional? VIP is $1 to try it, Lowell, so try it out. It's after you sign up. Kofi, so for personal use only. Jeff, will you speak to that? Do you mind? I need to take a sip of water real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So for personal use only, we put this in here because I know Brian has a lot of actual, business owners on his list. And so if you want to use this done for you system for your business, but not for clients, then you buy the personal. Okay. You can do it in any state, but it's only for your business. In order to have clients, you need an agency license. Now you can have a one state agency, right? So if you live in California and that's where you want to work, that's where you want to start at, $697. If you want to expand that, go after 5 states. You don't have to pick them all up front. All the orders come through us. So you just tell us, okay, my first state's going to be California. My next state will be New York or whatever. You can choose that. But I know some people jumped in and bought the 5-state. We put this offer together because, Brian, I really want to see, we know this is an answer to a lot of problems and challenges. And we took time out in the beginning of this to talk about those because we've been through them and we know you're going through them. We want you to be successful. So we made the price for the 50-state agency the same as the 5-state. So you shouldn't buy the 5-state agency. Okay. Now, in the future, the 50-state agency is going to cost more. We've got the normal price here, $29.97. We discounted it down. We discounted by 67% to bring it down to the same price as the 5-state. So your only choice is, am I only going to use this for my own personal business and not serve clients? You can do that. Okay, and that's $497. This is an annual fee. You pay once this time, you're going to pay again a year from now. And why are we doing that? Because this isn't just a one-time database. This is a living, breathing database that we're constantly upgrading, adding new contacts, adding new opt-ins in, managing. So there's ongoing costs for this. And so if you're going to be reselling this into the future, you want to know that we're reinvesting into this, and that's what we'll be doing. So you pay once today, you'll pay again 1 year from today. If you then, once you make that purchase, okay, then you just basically put in your information, select which license you want, you choose your payment method, either PayPal or credit card. And for those of you who are asking about a payment plan, you can apply for PayPal credit. If you choose PayPal, they have that as an option for you. That's a decision that they make with you. Once you choose your payment and you hit the submit button, then you will be brought to a page that Brian just showed you that says, would you like to try the VIP agency upgrade that has the 10 different things, and now I guess 11 because Brian added another one in there, right? And we added all this in here because we want, for those of you, for $97 a month after the 30-day, $1 trial, we want to have you engaged, be successful, and fix all the challenges that you've had as an agency trying to make money. We know a lot of you struggle with that. And so we want to be there. And this will give us incentive and give you access to a lot of things. Now, if you later on decide, hey, I don't want this, well, you're going to lose access to the VIP membership bonuses, benefits, but you still have the done for you system, everything that we're talking about here. And you'll still have access to that. So none of that will go away. You're still going to have your agency license and the website and the training and everything else that we've talked about as part of this.
I love it. All right, great, good answer, Jeff, for Kofi. All right, so Gord said, are the Facebook and ad display campaigns for prospecting clients? You want to speak to that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Look, it could be. I'm not a Facebook expert and a Google display advertising expert. We can do retargeting using both Facebook and Google display ads. With the Facebook ads, we're basically going to take the email file. Let's say you created an email campaign with 50,000 consumer emails for a chiropractor or a dentist or whoever, roofer. We're going to take that email file and we're going to match it against Facebook accounts to see how many of those emails that we have are actually registered Facebook members, right? Because people sometimes have multiple emails. They have one email that's in our system. They have a different email that they have associated with a Facebook account. So whatever